Welcome, welcome, welcome to On Friday Inspire. I am your host, your purpose midwife, Aaliyah Butler. Hey, y'all know I always say I am your biggest cheerleader, and I'm exactly that, your biggest cheerleader. And tonight I'm excited about our topic. I'm excited about our guest. But before we jump into our topic and our guest, we're going to thank our sponsors, okay? So we want to thank our sponsor, my big brother and pastor apostle Ricky D. Surratt, who is the author of Leadership Inside Trajectory. And so you want to get this copy. If you are a leader, you got to get this in your arsenal. It has to be in your toolkit, okay? And then for those of you who have not gotten my book of I Am Inspiration and Affirmation Journal that just came out and hit the shelves in October, still get the opportunity to do it. And this is perfect timing. We've set these goals. I don't do New Year's resolutions. We set these goals. We're aspiring to do better in 2022. So how can you better do it than doing it inside of your journal? And we have the affirmational coloring book for adults and teen girls, which is I Am Inspirational Adult Coloring Book. And that one, y'all, I tell you, I've had so many great testimonies coming back from women and teens alike. So thank y'all for all of your support. Y'all go ahead and hit that share button as we bring in our guest shortly. I have one more sponsor, and our sponsor is Cornelia Brown. She is the author of Franzel, the Bavarian. Wait a minute, he is the y'all. I can't think of Franzel's name. He is the little foreign frog from Bavaria, and so it's talking about differences and loving despite your differences. And yeah, he's a little frog from Bavaria, right? And so this is how Franzel looks, right? And we had her as one of our guests a couple of weeks ago. Actually, the beginning of December, I want to say. Can't quite remember. But anyway, so we're going to jump right into our topic. Tonight's topic is pushing into God's plan for you. Great evening to you, Pastor T. So we're going to be coming in, bringing our guest in, Joe Johnson, and I'm going to let him introduce himself to you. So welcome to On Friday Inspire. How are you this great evening? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Welcome On Friday Inspire. How are you this great evening?
Oh, I'm doing good. Doing real good.
Good. So introduce yourself to our On Friday Inspire listeners.
Okay, like you said, I'm Joe Johnson. I'm originally from Anderson, South Carolina. I'm living in Rock Hill right now. I've been here since 1989. I attended Winthrop University, had a scholarship in music to university. Performed with symphony orchestras, played with jazz bands. My background actually in music, transitioned to law enforcement. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay. Okay, so you were a musician, transitioned into law enforcement. So, what was one of the questions that someone asked me one time was when I was my first thing I did was IT. That was what I chose to do. That wasn't what I was born to do. So, which one of those it was what you chose to do? We have a slight delay. Did you hear me?
Right.
Which is the that you chose to do versus what you were born to do? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We seem to have a delay. Can you hear what I'm saying? Uh-oh. I don't think you can hear me, Joe. Can you hear me, Joe?
A little bit, little bit.
Little bit.
Deal.
Now, all of our tests we were fine. Now we go live and it wants to act up. Okay. So I'm gonna try the question again. Which of those things you were born to do? What do you feel like you were born to do? Still can't hear me. All right, let's see.
It's going in and out. You're cutting me. I can't hear the whole question.
Really? Wow. Let me see here. Someone on Facebook.
Really?
Someone on Facebook. Are y'all getting the delay as well on his side, my side, or both? I'm trying to see if I need to remove you and re-add you. Bear with me. Yes, you all are getting the delay as well. His side, okay. They're getting a delay from you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove you and try to re-add you and see if that helps. Okay? Because they're hearing me, but they said they're getting a delay from you as well. Okay? So we're going to remove you and try to re-add you. So y'all know what we've had. When I tell you we did our testing, everything was fine, and now. But while we're waiting to re-add him in, I forgot one more sponsor, and our sponsor is UEB Designs. With all of the accessories you see me wearing, these are things all came from UEB Designs. So y'all saw me in a picture earlier this week with the silver. This is the gold, right? All right, here we go. We're gonna try it again. Joe, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Still can't hear me. Oh,
I can hear you.
Okay. Good.
It's just a few seconds delay.
A few seconds delay. Okay. So the question was, what do you feel like you learned to do versus what you were born to do? You get it? No?
To do that I've had. Said that was. Yes, I can.
So we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Let's try this. We're gonna disconnect.
You still can't hear me?
No, now I can. Try it again. Say it again. What was your answer?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. It's just a delay.
Okay. My answer was okay. My answer was what I learned to do was obviously the jobs that I had, which was law enforcement and music. And within my law enforcement career, and to communicate with people. And I also learned that within that, my gift was that communication piece. So
Okay.
what brought me to know that over the years were I tried out for the hostage Jason team. With my first, I made, and it's all because how to communicate. I manager at the police. I, I just have and open up business because to that business. So it was just open up.
So, in the midst of your law enforcement, you found that your gift was in communication. Now, finding and discovering your gift in within something that you learned to do, how are you utilizing that gift and shifting into what God's plan is for you?
I'm utilizing that gift into opening up my own business. And within my own business, I do motivational speaking. And along with that, I have a YouTube channel. And because of some things that have happened to me in my life, what I do with my YouTube channel, I offer free advertisement, so to say, to business owners. That's my way back to the. And what I'll do is yourself, have you on, you own a business. I don't charge anything for it. I come interview you. It gives you an opportunity to reach out to us that you may not reach out to because people not know you. To them is you. And I travel anywhere from two just to get back and back to
Joe, I can hear you, but it's like a delay. Can I ask you to? I want to disconnect you,
yeah.
and I want you to click back in all together with a brand new connection. Let's see if we can hear you, because we're missing some of the meat of what you're saying. We'll hear it, but it's like a delay, and it's like that. Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna disconnect you, and I want you to come
Yeah.
back in.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. All right, so he's going to be reconnecting with us, but he was sharing with us on how he was utilizing what he learned to do. And in doing what he learned to do, he found his gifting of what his purposes, and his purposes around communication. And so he'll be rejoining us shortly. We were having some issues with his connection, but thank y'all so much for your patience as we are trying to bring him back on. But someone needs to hear that, because there may be something that you were doing and you were like, I learned to do this. This is what I thought I liked. And same thing for me. I started out in IT, had an IT degree, and enjoyed what I did for the moment, but I got burnt out in it. And anything that you can get burnt out in like that, that's not what you were born to do. That's what you learned to do. But within the portion of doing it, one of I had the opportunity to volunteer, do a lot of volunteer work, and I found my love and my passion for speaking and communicating with people and doing volunteering philanthropic things for nonprofits. So I love how he tied in what you're learning to do, what you learn to do, and versus what you're doing, right? And what God called you to do. He learned his purpose and his gifting within that. So let's see. Here we go. He's rejoining us. All right. Let's see if we can hear you this time. All right. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. All right. So I was kind of reviewing what you said.
Hmm.
Uh, you were doing what you learned to do, and
Hmm.
there where you found what your gifting was.
Hmm.
So so you said, can you kind of share with us? You said you using how are you using that gift? Because you were kind of like in and out.
Right. What I was saying was I use that gift. Like I speak to people all the time, and I've been doing, I've been in law enforcement like 27 years. And throughout, I just learned over the years I had the gift basically of gab. And so what I did was as I stated earlier, if you could hear it, I tried out for the hostage negotiations team. And I actually made the hostage negotiation team the very first time I tried out because of, a lot of people don't make it, the very first time. So I've been a hostage negotiator for roughly 12 or so years. And so taking that over the years, I said, some things that happened to me, over the years, from a health standpoint, and by the community reaching out to me, um, it kind of pushed me into creating my own business for motivational speaking, for you know just more so of an awareness based on my training and education in law enforcement. And so what I did was I created a YouTube channel. And I said, you know what? All these people came together. They helped me, through this hard time. Um, how can I don't have a lot of money? How can I give back to these folks? So when I created my YouTube channel, as well as my motivational speaking business, I said, with YouTube, how can I help people? Uh, you know, with particularly business owners. So with the business owners, I said, let me do something to help promote their business, and I do all this for free. And so by me having that gift of talking and interviewing and being in front of folks, I used the YouTube channel to people like yourself that owns a business. I will interview you and do a success story on you absolutely free. I will travel anywhere from 2 to 3 hours away just to tell someone's story to help them promote their business. And like I said, it's all for free. And that's just my way of giving back to the community because I like to talk anyway. I love hearing somebody's success story.
That's absolutely awesome. And we had the opportunity of you interviewing me, and I had an awesome time with that. It was so much fun
Yeah.
being able to share your story and how your story can be a blessing to someone else and encourage someone else. So that is an awesome, awesome gift and tool that God is giving you to be able to give back.
Right.
So how long have you been doing that portion of your business?
Roughly little over a year, maybe a year and a half or so. I've been doing
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you had a
And having
success
a
story.
lot of fun.
Yes, and you had a success story within a success story because you had one young lady that got how many hits or views on hers?
I think she was up to right now. She's over 14,000. Uh, her her thing.
I think you're freezing up on us again. It was perfect. Wow. Y'all know it. The enemy is a defeated foe. Um, can you hear it? I mean, you back? You froze on us again.
Yeah. What I could do maybe is move to a different location. Yeah.
You actually are now we're back
Can you
again.
hear
So
me?
I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Would you like for me to just move to a different location? It could be on my end. I'm not sure.
But everyone said they can hear me clearly, but you're freezing on their side when I asked on in Facebook land if they can hear us.
Hmm.
And they said they can hear me, but you're freezing on their side as well.
Okay. I got you. So it could be a signal issue here.
Mhm. Well, it actually seems like it's still it's flowing again. So yeah, Tamina said move. Okay, Pastor T said move. So you go ahead and move, and we're gonna disconnect you for a moment,
Move.
and then you come right back. Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna bring you back.
I'll be right
Okay,
back.
all right, all right, y'all. We're gonna let him get a chance to move and see if that helps him get readjusted. Because I tell y'all, the gifting that he has with his YouTube channel, I want him to tell the story himself about one of his success stories that he was able to share. He interviewed her, and her story went viral, and he said she's up to like 14,000, I think he just said. But he'll tell us more about it when he gets into a more stable area. I don't know what's going on, but if it's anything like in the country, I can relate to that. All too well, right? But y'all, thank y'all so much for your patience as we've been trying to see what's going on the end. But we cancel every distraction and everything that the enemy thought that he was going to use tonight, because somebody's being blessed. And we already know every time we have technological issues like that, that somebody, this word is for somebody, and it's a blessing and confirmation from many. So y'all know that even in a job that you just chose to do or you learned to do, he said that he found his gifting, he found what he loved, he found what he was good at, he found his purpose within the job that he was just learning to do. Because in the very beginning, he said he was a musician. Then he went into law enforcement. And so, you never know. You just have to just be open and move as God leads you to, right? So thank y'all again for your patience as we're waiting for him to come back in. We're going to bring him back in, ask him a few more questions, and then we're going to wrap on up. But I tell y'all, if he got deep into his testimony, you'll be like, wow, I understand why you give back now. Because, when you have a community that rally around you like that, it's a blessing, total blessing. All right, he's back. Let's try it again. You're back.
Is that
Okay,
better?
that's better.
Okay.
So share with us, you had a success story that you shared, and she had hit about, did you say 14,000 likes?
Yeah, she's over 14,000 views right now.
14,000 views already on the YouTube channel. So y'all, your blessing, you being a blessing to someone else can be a blessing to yourself, because her interview is what went viral. He interviewed her, and her interview has been seen by over 14,000 people. So your gift shall make room and bring you to where you're supposed to be. And I was telling them when we were waiting on you to come back, how you were doing what you learned to do, but in doing that, you found your purpose, you found what you love doing, and you're able to shift into that purpose and plan that God had for you versus just being stuck in something that you don't want to do,
Right.
Not that you don't
Exactly.
want to do it, but what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I will say this, with her views and everything that she got over 14,000, um, she was able to gain a few more clients from that interview as well. So, that definitely, like I told her, I said, you don't know who's going to see your stuff. It could be that one person that sees it, or that one company that makes you blow up, and you could blow up to be a millionaire. And some people, they're a little afraid of it when you ask to interview them, and they don't want to do it, but they don't see the reward in it. They don't
Right.
see the benefit in it, like some other people, like yourself. That's an opportunity for you to grow.
Right.
That's an opportunity for you to flourish, and it's all free. I'm like, why wouldn't you accept that? Majority of the folks that I approach, they do accept it, but there are some that are a little hesitant because they're afraid. And I'm like, it's staring you right in the face. You just never know. You know,
Right, right. I think because of the world that we live in, people don't believe that there's free. They believe like, okay, there's some hidden costs.
right?
And I because you were referred by my who I call my little cousin. She's not my little cousin, but I call my little cousin. Um, I knew that you were legit, and you interviewed her, and you asked about my shirt that she had on. the I
Yeah.
am shirt. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
And you actually, yeah, you had it on. She had it on as well. I was like, I recognize that shirt. I don't know. I couldn't put it together until I saw you with it.
yes, 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 yes. And we're so proud of her opening her ginger opening up her own smoothie shop. It's called Fort Mills.
Fort
Oh
Mill
goodness,
Nutrition.
Fort Mills Nutrition. Thank you. So Fort Mills Nutritional. Shout out to Ginger with that because we're so proud of her. You know, you don't hear people pursuing their dreams. You hear so many people saying, "Well, you know, I wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda." What would you say to that person that is on the fence about something, but you know they have the capacity to hit like that lady, that 14,000 view person? What would you say to that person that's just sitting, sitting there like, mm-mm.
Hmm. Well, what I would say to them is you got to believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what other people may say, what other people may, with all the fears that you may have, you got to believe in yourself that you can do it. It doesn't matter what your mama say, it doesn't matter what your daddy say, it doesn't matter what I say. You have to believe it. And you have to take that belief and get your butt off that couch and you got to take action to go out there and get it done. And that's just the bottom line. I'm not where I want to be right now, but I sure ain't where I used to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's only
Mm-hmm.
because I took action and I have a goal and I'm gonna, at some point I'm gonna reach that goal and God's gonna help me get there. All I gotta do is keep believing. I'm gonna reach it. And that's what I'd say to anybody else. You just have to believe in yourself. Don't worry about what the naysayers or the other people will say because people will put you down. People will tell you, oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? And they want to stay in your business in that way. I'm like, if they're doing that, look at them and what are you doing? Most time they're not doing anything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So get
Mm-hmm.
out there and take action and get it done. That's all you have to do. Forget all that stuff you may hear from other people. Just get out there and get it done.
What keeps you motivated, Joe? What keeps Joe Johnson motivated to do what he does?
What keeps me motivated is I've always had this feeling that there's even since I was, little, I've always had this feeling that there's something else out there that I'm supposed to do. And once I identified that gift that I have, I knew it because once I identified it, I had this calm feeling over myself. I said, what is it that gives me joy? What is it that I enjoy to do that doesn't seem like work? Because when I leave the police department, I don't want to do no work. I don't want to work for anybody else. I want to work for myself. I don't want to have somebody dictate my time. I don't want to have anybody tell me, okay, you have to be at this meeting at a certain time. If I go on vacation or something, or if I go out of town, I want it to be on my terms, not somebody else's. So what motivates me is seeing all these other motivational speakers out there. The Jim Rohns, even Steve Harvey. I put Steve Harvey away in the beginning because I didn't understand his story. And once I heard his story, I was like, good gracious, and I'm just so drawn to his story. It's unbelievable. And there are a lot of other motivational speakers out there that I listen to, but just hearing other people's story, that's what inspires me, especially someone that came from nothing and built themselves up into, something, whether it's a millionaire or they just didn't have a job. They worked a job. They may not be a millionaire, but they're doing something with their life. Those are the stories I like to hear. Those are the things that inspire me. Those are the things that push me. And I can sit talk to and listen to success stories all day long. So those are the things that keep pushing me.
We have, let's see, Mr. May says, I got the feeling he's talking about when I started writing. Wow. So her story, she felt the same way when she started writing at 60. How old were you again when you started writing? Because she's 71 now. And
Wow.
she had the opportunity to be a part of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series that they just
Yeah.
did. Yes,
Wow.
she was one of those young ladies that was selected. And the name of her title of her piece was "Doing It Alone." Yes. So,
Wow.
how old were you when you started writing? She said that it was like when she started writing, she was 60 something. She said, well, she said when she started writing, it was like, oh, wow, I'm actually doing something. I enjoy doing this. But what the enemy tried to do was take it and make her feel like she wasn't going to be good at it. But when she started
Exactly.
doing it, she saw that she was. You know, just
Right.
like
Exactly.
you're interviewing for that task force, or what did you call it?
Oh,
The position,
hostage negotiation.
hostage negotiation, and you got it first time because of your gift. You know, that gift that you had. It was like, wow. And as you practice more, she said, I came alive. And that's what happened for you. You came alive and you got comfortable in your new suit, so to speak, in your new
Exactly.
apparel. What do you think?
Exactly. And it doesn't matter how old you are. You can start at any age. And the one of the examples I think Steve Harvey used was Colonel Sanders. You know, he was in his 60s when he started his franchise. And
Yeah.
you don't think about that stuff, but at 60 years old, no one accepted him. No one, he'd been frying chicken, his whole life, but a lot of places turned him down. You know what I'm saying? Until he was 60, and he flourished after that. And there, probably hundreds of people like that. But it doesn't matter, your age. You can start at any age. You just have to identify that gift or that, what your passion is. But mainly your gift. I mean, your passion, like me, my passion could be being in the NBA. Yeah, I play basketball pretty good, but I'm not gonna be in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So that's not gonna get me to where I want to be. But my
Right.
gift will take me there and put me in the presence of those great men, which it has. From me starting my motivational speaking business, from me starting my YouTube channel, I've gotten paid gigs from doing those things. Going to speaking to people. They paying me. Now I used to do it for free from the police department. Did it for years, but now it's like, okay, people are paying me to come speak to them. And from I've done ad work, not ad, but promotional stuff for folks, just from my YouTube channel. I have a drone. I do drone work. I get paid to fly the drone to take pictures for people over their houses or in the area. Or I did some stuff for a real estate agent. So those things that I'm enjoying myself do, they're paving the way for me financially as well. It's not where I want to be, but it's taking me there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. And that's the thing. Finding the vehicle and the tools that you enjoy to pave the way to where you want to be. Because sitting still ain't
Exactly.
gonna get you there. Complaining ain't gonna get you there. Excuses
Nope.
not gonna get you there.
No.
so, so
No.
Joe,
No.
you actually just quoted um you just quoted your favorite scripture, and share with them that particular scripture so they will have a point of reference if they want to go back and just say, you know what, he was talking about this. How can someone say this is it, this is what I needed tonight?
Right. Right. What is it? I'll make sure I get it right. Is it Proverbs 18:16? Is that what it is?
You
Your
told me
your
it,
gift will make
I
room for
forgot
you.
which one you said.
Yeah. But your gift will make room for you and put you in the presence of great men. That's my favorite one. And like I've been saying, the theme of it all along is I identified it, I went for it, and basically, and I had to pray about it. I had to ask God. I was like, I asked him, I believed he would give it to me, and he gave it to me, and I just received it. And once I received it, it's just a steady climb. Which led me to your interview, you know, which, Ginger led me to you. And there are other people that led me to other things. And like I said, it's a financial gain as well. That's what I'm pushing for. Because like I said, when I leave the police department, yes, I will have that retirement, but what am I going to put on top of that retirement? And like I told you earlier, and I know we were having a little bit of audio issue, but I don't want to work for anybody. I don't want anybody dictating my time. You know what I'm saying? I want to set my own schedule. I want to be able to get up when I want to get up. I want to go to the meetings I want to go to the meeting to. Because I've done a lot of things at the police department. My resume is already padded. I don't need to join anything else. You know what I'm saying? I already have that on my resume. So, and now it's my time to do for me instead of doing those things. So I'm just going for it. And I know it's going to take some time, but as long as I keep believing in it, it's going to happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. And because when you walk in the faith level of where you are, and just say, you know what, God, you've shown it to me. Okay, I believe you for it, and I'm gonna do it. And you just walk in it. So many more doors will open just because you walk in that place of faith, in that place of gratitude.
Yeah, I could go on and on, but just the other day I was telling someone, one of my best friend about it, and a company on LinkedIn reached out to me. She said, "We reviewed your profile. We want you to come in and do some motivational speaking to our company." So I emailed her back yesterday, and I'm just waiting on the word to come in. And I had other things from my awareness and my part of my speaking thing, or part of my business is I do um, training as well, like supervisor management training. I got hooked up with a company in Charlotte. I thought it was a little mom and pop company. Come to find out, this company has like 400 and something locations around in the United States and in Europe. And it was right before COVID hit. I had my business online, whatever. The guy called me, and it was through a friend. She said, "Hey, I can't go teach this class for this company. Can you go do it?" I was like, "Okay." She said, "Well, here's the information. I referred you, hooked up with the guy. He brought me in. Like I said, I'm still thinking that they're a little mom and pop thing. I had no idea. So once I did the training, the manager training for him, this guy said, "Look, we want to bring you back, and we want you to train our other divisions." And it was just like I said, a few weeks before COVID hit. I'll just put the numbers out there for you. I could have stood to make anywhere from, when I did the calculations, one training, if they had me go through all that with an hour's worth of training, roughly $30,000 in one little spot. You see what I'm saying? COVID hit,
Yeah,
it knocked all that out, but I'm not stopping. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And it's not
And
necessarily about the money. I'm just trying to get people to understand those things are out there for you. You know, I
yes,
I'm not, when I do the stuff for free, I'm not worried about the money right now. That's why I do it for free. All that's gonna come in, I'm gonna get blessed on the back end. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
By me being a
mhm,
blessing to someone else, it's gonna bless me in return.
absolutely. Evangelist Culture said, walk in faith. And that's basically what you've been doing, walking in faith. And here's the thing you did as well. You said, I accepted the opportunity with the mom and pop shop, what you thought was mom and pop. You didn't say, oh, they only have two employees. I'm not going over there. You said whether they have two or 2,000, I'll come. And because of that, they're going to remember that. So when their finances are conducive to bring you back in, you're going to be able to be, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, let's go grab him. That gift
Hmm.
again has made room for you because you did not despise small beginnings, you know,
Exactly.
what you
Exactly.
thought as small beginnings.
I misjudged them. I definitely did. And like I said, through my research, I was like, whoa, I had no clue. You know, so
Wow.
it was definitely a blessing. I was grateful for the opportunity to go up there and teach those managers, what I know to transfer. Even though, um, to me, management is management. It doesn't matter what field you in, but
Hmm.
even though I came from a law enforcement field, these guys were in a corporate field. Management is pretty much management on the basics of it. Yeah, you have the little technical things where, yeah, police may do something a little different. This corporation may do something just a tad bit different, but when it gets down to just management, managing people, it's all the same. So that's why it was so easy for me to step into that role and say, no, what you need to do is this, that type of thing. So it worked out really good.
Absolutely. So if someone was trying to reach out to you and say, you know what, Joe, I need you to come try some of my people. How would they even know how to look you up, how to contact you, so that they can take advantage of utilizing your skill to come and train their people, because they're ready. They have it on in their budget, because we're at the beginning of the year. So how can they make that happen?
You can go to my website. It's Joe Johnson Enterprises LLC, or you can reach out and call me on my cell, 803-984-5276. Again, 803-984-5276. And also, if you wanted to do a success story for your business, have me come out and speak to you, you can go to my YouTube channel, check out some of the YouTube success stories that I've done. You can check out, obviously, the other things that I've done on there as well, but mainly the success stories. If you're a business owner, it'll be under Joe Johnson Enterprises LLC as well.
All righty.
And also my email, I'm sorry, it'll be lt.joejohnson50@gmail.com. Again, lt.joejohnson50@gmail.com.
All right, I was trying to get that typed in. All right. Well, Joey, thank you so much for sharing your great knowledge, your wisdom, because it's time for us to shift and push into what God has planned for us, and not just our plan. No more settling. It's time to move and walk in that which He has blessed us with. And one of my friends and I were talking this morning. We were talking about, God says, what do you have in your hands? And so that's exactly what you're doing. You're utilizing what He's giving you, and you're being a blessing to others, and then you're going to in turn be blessed back. So thank you for joining us. And if you ever need me, you know how to reach me.
I definitely do. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
So y'all got to go back and listen to this great information that Joe shared with us. If you are within the 2 to 3 hour driving area of Rock Hill, South Carolina, he is interested in the success stories, check out his website. He had given it to us. It is joejohnsonenerprisesllc.com. And also, you can take a look at my interview out there. Y'all, I had a great time. When I tell you, y'all know I'm a little extra anyway, but the energy level was just, because that's just who I am. But I love being able to empower people. There's an awakening, like they were talking about. You feel like you're living again when you're walking in that what you're supposed to be doing. Your gifting doesn't take any type of effort. You're effortlessly doing what God has placed on the inside of you. So I want y'all to remember that this is the year that it's time for you to walk in faith, as Evangelist put that up there. Walk in faith, but walk in everything you know that it's time for you to do. No more second guessing yourselves. No more doubting. No more excuses. We're getting it done, right? Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. Thank you so much to UEB Designs for all of the jewelry this evening, right? And thank you to everyone. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. I am Aaliyah, your purpose midwife. We'll be back. Have a blessed and prosperous week. God bless you.